Good morning, friends. In this video, we will see questions from 57 to 66 of previous year question. So let's begin. Match the term with the theorist. It means we have some terms and some theorist. We have to match correctly. So, negritude, womanism, interpellation, public sphere. And theorist Alice Walker, Jurgen Habermas, M. Caesar, Louis Althusser. So, the answer of this question will be option number D, and that is A will go with third. So we have negritude, it will go with third, it means M. Caesar. The term negritude is associated with M. Caesar, and B will go with first, it means womanism will go with Alice Walker, and interpellation C will go with fourth, it means Louis Althusser. And now public sphere, it will go with the second, Jurgen Habermas. So we have already discussed the answer. Negative will go with M. Caesar. Womanism will go with Alice Walker. Interpellation will go with Louis Althusser, and public sphere will go with Jurgen Habermas. Now, question number 58. In this novel by Graham Greene, a double agent uses classic works of fiction to encode secret information. He put Clarissa Harlow back in the bookcase. Is the first clue to his treachery. Then he draws an on war and peace in the way we live now as matrix for secretly transmitting information. Identify the novel. Option A, Our Man in Havana. Option B, The Human Factor. Option C, The Confidential Agent. Option D, The Man Within. So the answer of this question will be option number B, and that is The Human Factor. The Human Factor is an espionage novel by Graham Greene, first published in 1978 and adapted for film 1979. Henry Graham Greene, born in 1904 and died in 1991, was an English novelist and one of the greatest writers of the 20th century. And his important works, It's a Battlefield, 1934, Journey Without Maps, 1936, The Confidential Agent, 1939, A Gun for Sale, 1936, The Human Factor, 1978. He was shortlisted in 1966 and 1967 for the Nobel Prize for Literature. Now, question number 59. The Romantic period produced a fair amount of dramatic criticism. A notable example is On the Knocking at the Gate in Macbeth. Who is the author? A. Thomas de Quincey. B. William Hazlitt. D. C. Edmund Kean. D. William Charles Macready. So the answer of this question will be option number A, Thomas de Quincey. On the Knocking at the Gate in Macbeth is written by Thomas de Quincey. He was best known for his Confessions of an English Opium Eater. He also inaugurated the tradition of addiction literature in the West. Now, question number 60. Who viewed Wordsworth, Southey, and Coleridge as representatives of a sect of poets dissenters from the established systems in poetry and criticism, who constituted the most formidable conspiracy against sound judgment in matters political? Option A, Ralph Bowen. Option B, Francis Jeffrey. Option C, Francisco Franco. Option D, Henry Vaughan. So the answer of this question will be option number B, and that is Francis Jeffrey. Francis Jeffrey, the author who is now before us, belongs to a sect of poets that has established itself in the country within these 10 or 12 years and is looked upon, we believe, as one of its chief champions and apostles. The peculiar doctrine of this sect, it would not perhaps be very easy to explain, but that they are dissenters from the established system in poetry and criticism. Francis Jeffrey was a literary critic and a Scottish judge. Now, question number 61. Match the characters with the play. It means we have some characters and we have to match them with a play. Dorimant, Lady Fidget, Melville, Vermis. So the plain dealer, the man of mode, the country wife, the malcontent. So the answer of this question will be option number C. It means A will go with the second. Dorimant is found in the play named the man of mode. B will go with third. It means Lady Fidget will go with the country wife. Now C, Melville, C will go with fourth, the malcontent. And D, Vermis. Vermis will go with first, it means the plain dealer. So, Dormant, the man of mode, Lady Fidget, the country wife, Melville, the malcontent, Vernis, the plain dealer. Now, question number 62nd. Why don't we have a little game? Let's pretend that we are human beings and that we are actually alive. This passage from part of A. John Osborne, Look Back in Anger. Harold Pinter, The Birthday Party. Samuel Beckett's Waiting for Godot. D. Agatha Christie, The Mousetrap. So the answer of this question will be John Osborne's Look Back in Anger. The passage is a part of John Osborne, Look Back in Anger. This play focuses on the life and marital struggle of an intelligent and educated but disaffected young man of working class origin, Jimmy Potter, and his equally competent yet impressive upper middle class wife, Ellison. John James Osborne was an English playwright, a screenwriter, and actor known for his excoriating prose and intense critical stance towards established social and political forms. And his important works, A Better Class of Person, Almost a Gentleman, and Autobiography, West of Suez. Now, question number 63rd. Nicholas Nickleby formally established Charles Dickens as a dominant novelist of his time and the book as an unrivaled literary phenomenon. To celebrate the completion of the book, a painter noted that there had been nothing comparable to him since the days of Samuel Richardson. Identify the painter. So option A, Leonard Woolf. Option B, Ernest Dawson. Option C, David Wilkie. Option D, John Cruikshank. So the answer of this question will be option number C, David Wilkie. The painter is David Wilkie. Question number 64. I have carried the manuscript of these translations about with me for days, reading it in railway trains or on the top of omnibuses and in restaurants, and I have often had to close it lest some strangers would see how much it moved me. The lyrics, which are in the original, my Indian friends tell me, full of subtlety, of rhythm, of translatable delices, of color, of metrical invention, display in their thought or word. I have dreamed of all my life long the work of a supreme culture. They yet appear as much a growth of the common soil as the grass in the rushes. A tradition where poetry and religion are the same thing has passed through the centuries, gathering from learned and unlearned metaphor and emotion, and carried back again to the multitude, the thought of the scholar and the noble. If the civilization of Bengal remains unbroken, if that common mind which, as one divines, runs through all, is not as with us, broken into a dozen minds that know nothing of each other, something even of what is most subtle in these verses will have come in a few generations to the beggar on the roads. W.B. Yeats from introduction to Rabindranath Tagore's Gitanjali in this passage, it praises Indian culture primarily because it, option A, has been flexible enough to survive a transition into the modern world. Option B, embodies values and give rise to art that can be shared by people of all class. Option C, reflects a marvelous eclecticism in drawing from many disparate cultures. Option D, is accessible to Westerners, though it is rooted in a different religion tradition. So the answer of this question will be option number B, embodies values and give rise to art that can be shared by people of all classes. So W.B. Yeats praises Indian culture primarily because it embodies values and give rise to art that can be shared by people of all classes. Now question number 65. As a boy growing up in a square Alworthy estate, Tom gets one of the following characters into trouble. Identify the character. Option A, Nightingale. Option B, Partridge. Option C, Black George. Option D, Wilfield. So the answer of this question will be Black George. As a boy growing up in a square Alworthy's estate, Tom gets one of the following characters into trouble. The character is Black George. Now question number 66, and it will be the last question. In his practical criticism, I.A. Richards suggests that there are several kinds of meanings and that the total meaning is a blend of contributory meanings which are of different types. He identified four kinds of meaning, or the total meaning of a word depends upon four factors. Choose the right combination as proposed by Richards. A. Sound, sense, tone and matter. B. Sense, feeling, tone and intention. Option C. Sense, feeling, tone and matter. Option D. Image, feeling, tone and intention. So the answer of this question will be option number C. Sense, feeling, tone and matter. So the right combination of words, what depends upon four factors: sense, feeling, T and tone and matter. It means S, F, T, M. S for sense, F for feeling, T for tone, M for matter. So the class is over. Thank you.